Alright, so previously, the group of you have been taking a little bit of R&R in Elderthorn, and you saw fit to do some investigating into the uh, Opulent Depths Mining Company, potentially try to suss out this mole that is under the employ of the Devil's Buccaneers. This led you to Siegfried's mother to investigate the mining camp upon learning that she was helping someone be shown former mine shafts for some contract. You had attempted to teleport the half-day's journey to base camp for the ODMC. This teleport went awry and led through a series of unfortunate events and decisions on many people's parts to a confrontation with a gargantuan blue dragon. You have now learned that Ethisi the Storm is likely the primary and possibly sole reason that ships cannot pass through the Southern Sea and trade between Elderthorn and Akkad in a matter of weeks as opposed to a matter of a year. You were robbed. Siegfried's Ring of Winter was stolen, needed in some number of months unknown to you at the moment, for the next coronation of whomsoever is going to be taking charge of the city-state of Akkad, the Tautha of Akkad. You made your way back to Elderthorn, reconvened with your allies, and then set out once again to the mining camp, this time by foot. You reached your destination. Some useful bits of flight were used here to locate Siegfried's mother, who was camped about 2 days' journey, day and a half's journey by foot through difficult terrain, and then bequeath upon her the power of flight, where she doggy paddled her way back through the air along with you to the safe confines of the base camp. You learned from her and from your conversation so far that the individual who had contracted her to show these prior camps and mineshaft openings was an old contact of Dunnan's, Lend, one of the Death Deniers. You were apprehensive. You got all of the information from her about which camps or which openings you had she had led him to. You traveled bit by bit up to this area. On the last camp, it sounded like he had been hunting something, and you found the opening and decided to camp out overnight, just to see if he comes out. You had heard a rhythmic, metallic tapping every now and then, 10 to 12 seconds, roughly. And when you awoke, after keeping a vigilant watch over the course of the evening, the tapping was still present. And being fully rested and clearly not afraid of danger after encounters with dragons and the such, what's one man? You pushed into the old abandoned mine itself, following the large mine tracks that were previously used and had been left in place, eventually coming upon Lend, rhythmically tapping this scrap of iron against the rails that would be used to transport the mine carts in older days. He seemed aware of your presence, despite your attempts to be stealthy in your approach. And few minutes afterwards, maybe sensing the sounds of your conversation or the rhythmic tapping had drawn enough of the attention at this point that the sounds were the final push over the edge of your conversation. The group of you were swarmed by close to dozen insectoid creatures, the centipede-like forms chittering and clacking as they descended from small holes in the walls and from deeper into the mine towards you all. The fight began, and Aeolus was both fortunate and unfortunate enough to learn that these were some variations. This black ichor that they spit and bite has a caustic property to metallic gear, including magical items. This seems to be some elevated form of rust monster, which he's accurately identified. You've slain most of them so far. There still remains close to 7 or 8 of them. As of yet, the only person who's figured out that their weapon is immune to the effects is Dunnan specifically with Heart Iron. And this is where we're picking up. Let me move you all to the map. And get more dangerous sounding music. All right. Everyone on the map?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is picking us up in initiative with the monsters. Dunnan, the one that you knocked onto its back, is going to stand up.
So
2 of them don't know where Lend is at the moment, who seems to be fighting these as well.
I was going to say, was he calling them to attack us, or what was he doing? We don't know.
He's hunting a larger creature. I'm assuming he assumes that these are the spawn.
Oh, okay.
So we went
Thank
to assist him with hunting this big creature.
So we just found him at the wrong moment, basically, or the right moment, depending on your point of view.
It's at the right moment, because I don't know if he could fight this many on his own.
Probably not. Okay.
But he has been friendly with us since we showed up.
Okay.
And he accepted our assistance.
Okay.
Sweet.
Right off the bat, I would like Aeolus, Tang, and Dunnan to all make dexterity saving throws, please.
Just one.
Yeah. Oh, Dunnan.
I'm gonna use a charge of lucky.
Okay. Oh, all right. Aeolus, you've seen tactics similar to this in your time with Blackburn. You were ready for this, albeit not from insectoid creatures. Maybe wrestling and sparring with people. You're kind of used to attacks from above. And the one that is skittering along the ceiling releases itself and drops, attempting to land 30 feet onto you. You quickly dodge out of the way. It takes a little bit of damage. If you'd like to roll me the 3d6 that it's going to take. 13 points. Oh, wow. Dunnan, you take 12 points of damage as the one that drops on you pins you to the ground as well. Tang, the final one, skidded up the wall with its movement and launched itself back at you. You also take 12 points of damage. You are also prone and restrained.
Okay.
Okay. Now attacks. I'm going to start with the one that has charged Siegfried and Hellerast. That is, this one took a dash. This one can't attack. So just Siegfried at the moment. There is a bite attack. 22 to hit you. Welcome to the fight.
Yeah, let me see if I have Wheeler Woe.
Yep, go for it.
So, it's 22, right?
Correct.
I am going to use a reaction to give them a woe.
Absolutely.
So it misses now, I believe.
Nice. Well done. You dodge the damage. I need a dexterity save. As it tries to bite you and you dodge out of the way and it peels its head back, half of its form sort of lifting up, the little legs sort of flailing in the air for a moment. It releases this bit of bile to try to impact you.
Okay, does using a charge of luck, is that a reaction?
No, I don't believe so. Tang can double check for me.
I can check too.
What am I double checking?
Lucky's not a reaction, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Advantage. Nope. Yep, you can just choose it.
Okay, I will use a charge of luck.
Okay, so you have advantage on the dex save.
Yep.
13 just succeeds as it tries to spit this bile out upon your armor. You quickly dodge out of the way. You're coming late to the fight, so you're not quite sure what it does yet, but you know you don't want it on you, at the very least. All right.
Makes sense.
Now we have 2 attacks on Dunnan that are at advantage because he's prone, which is a 12 and a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
12 points of piercing, and I'd like 2 dexterity saving throws from you, please.
Yes.
Ooh, your armor take. No, your shield. You carry a shield that would be impacted before your armor. Your shield takes a -1 penalty. Jaya, the one on the ceiling, is going to try to bite you and then spit its
I am
bile.
invisible.
Oh, you are invisible. Correct. Never mind. It's going after Tang then. Tang, roll me 3d6, please. Because it would have had to fall in that case. Thank you for reminding me, Jay. I forgot you had greater invisibility going. I know Lend is invisible. That's why he's getting ignored. Jeez. 12 damage. It's not going to deal that much damage. Alright. So that is done and taken care of. 2 on Tang at advantage. Natural 1 turns into a 7. And then a 16 is the other one. Does 16 hit you?
Nope.
Damn. I'd like 2 dex saves from you, Tang. And then finally, 2 attacks on Aeolus. Tang, you are trying to wiggle your way around this bile and acid as best you can, and you're doing so rather successfully at the moment. And then Aeolus, that is a 20 and an 8 to hit you.
20 hits.
13 points of piercing damage, and I'd like 2 dex saves from you as well. You're the benefit of bless until your turn, aren't you?
Yes.
That saves you from that armor. That saves that armor. That would have been another point right there. 13 is just a success. That is all of their turns. That brings us to Jaya with Lend on deck.
Well, you've clustered them so nicely for me.
Do it.
So, yeah, we're gonna.
Fireball.
What? Not. You're all in this. No. God. But I'm gonna. I mean, if I didn't like you guys, then yes, I would fireball. But no, I'm just gonna do the last. I'm gonna do another steel wind strike.
Him has at least thunderbolted me like 3 times. So
I did have a nasty habit in our Friday night campaign of constantly fireballing our Warforged.
It's true.
That was a long time ago, Dylan.
I
I'm
was
so sorry.
I was a cleric too. I was the cleric.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
So another steel wind strike.
Yeah.
All right, you got 5
Um,
targets
so-
for that, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Go back
so
in the chat.
you want the 4 nearest to you and the southeast of Dunnan. That's the one that looks better, but you deal a ton of damage with this.
Yeah, I'll
So-
do that.
Okay. I'll just go down the map. So go ahead and make your attacks with advantage because you're invisible. Yeah. Go
Great.
ahead and roll me 12d10, please. We'll just do it
Wait,
this way.
sorry, hold on. I need my. I definitely.
You need an adult.
Yeah, hold on. Sorry. 12,
I think all
12
of us need an
d10.
adult.
Ignore that 10. I'll just do.
Happily.
There we go.
You got a 10 anyway. All
25.
right.
Yeah.
So it has 68 health. It was full. It's now dead. That's one done. Next one.
Okay. Next one.
28 hits. Another 60-10.
Oof. 15. Oh,
Fif-
sorry. We'll do it.
15 does miss. All right, 32 and 12 for 44. That the one directly to the left, he was barely holding on.
Okay.
Rightmost misses. Leftmost 24 hits. Another 60, 10, 35, 45. That is enough to dispatch the one that had Tang pinned. Tang and Dunnan, neither of you are restrained anymore because the ones that were on top of you are now dead. So you can wriggle free with 5 feet of movement from their body and stand up.
One more, right?
One more, 20 hits. 54 points of damage. It is so close to death. All right. 2 dead, 2 gravely injured, and one of them that's still just sort of trying to nibble on Aeolus. And you appear next to one of them as you finish. Where would you like to end up? You can include the dead ones. You rolled 10d10. There's even more damage.
Oh, where do I want to go? It wouldn't count as flanking with any of them, right? Because I'm invisible, so like or would it?
No, because they don't see you as a threat at that moment. Like the benefit of flanking is the creature having to split their focus between multiple threats.
Yeah.
And that drops guards here and there, in theory.
Gotcha.
You will
Okay.
still have advantage regardless. You just can't confer it to someone else.
Yeah. In that case, I guess it just would have been like I didn't use any movement yet, so I would have teleported to whatever and then just flown back to the ceiling. So
Okay. Totally fine. All right. Will that be your turn then?
yeah, that's it.
Spencer, just a quick question. I'm hasted. I have advantage on dexterity saving throws. Can I
Oh.
roll that one?
Yeah, sure. I forgot you were hasted.
Yeah.
18. Okay. You are not prone then, and you can add that damage back in. What was it that I gave you? 12?
12.
Certainly. All right. That'll bring us to Lend, who is invisible. He put his cloak up. Where's Lend's stat block? He is going to try to pick off the 2 that you left straggling on the edge of death. First one, 26 points of damage. Second one, beneath Aeolus, 33 points of damage. He's quite comfortable where he is. That brings us to Aeolus with Tang on deck and prone.
I was muted.
That's
Bonus
fine.
action, I'm going to command the Eldritch Cannon to pop off temporary hit points.
All right, so that is you and Tang. Hijai is 20 feet above you.
Yep.
So
And
both of you
then-
get 7 temp.
And then I'm going to track the creature with Pergussive
Yeah, go for
to
it.
see if it is immune to this damage.
20 hits, absolutely. That is 13 points of bludgeoning damage. It is barely holding on. You have another attack, I believe. Yes, you do. That is sufficient to dispatch it. Vergasiv seems entirely unaffected. It is notably also not made of metal.
Right. Okay. So now that that is confirmed and Vergasiv is safe, Alos will step forward and will just hold Vergasiv out, trying to listen for anything coming from deeper within the mine.
Sure, make me a perception check with disadvantage. So we come around to Teng. Keep that in mind, Aeolus.
King is going to use her movement to get up, shake off the getting knocked down, and take off.
All right, you have 10 feet after you get up from prone. I believe your base movement is 30, right?
35.
35. Okay, so you have 15 feet of movement remaining.
Okay, I'm gonna go 15 feet straight up. There we go. And then I am going to use Sacred Flame on the one north of. Oh no, never mind. Toll the Dead on the one north of Dunnan.
Absolutely. It's Wisdom, if I recall, right?
It is.
You rolled an 11. Gave me some damage.
Okay, great. It is no longer in my little top part when I click on my character.
Hold on. Is it now? Click off and click back on.
It is now, but that's the only one that's up there.
Okay. Alright. That is 15 points of damage. It is still hanging on, but it looked really bad. We will come around to Siegfried in just one moment. Teng, above the text chat, like if you next to the gear, there's like 3 little hexes.
Mhm.
If you click on that,
Okay, I can select them and put them.
if you click in bar,
Uh-huh.
they'll show up in the bottom left, and they'll always be there. You don't even have to click on your token.
Great, thank you.
Yep. Okay. Siegfried, what will it be? Can't hear you if you are muted on your end. It's not showing in Discord, but yeah, I like to keep like the healing potion on the bottom. I have an initiative macro that I keep right there also.
You guys hear?
Yep.
Okay, I think.
Can hear you now.
Yeah.
I am just going to attempt to hold this one here since the tide seems turning up there. I am going to attempt a primal savagery this.
Yeah, go for it.
I think at level 7, I haven't done a cantrip in a long time, but level 7 I can add my wisdom modifier to cantrip damage. So I think I fix that, but we'll see.
Okay. Primal Savagery. Yep. It's showing plus wisdom. Perfect.
Okay, cool.
23 absolutely hits. 14 points of acid damage.
Yep.
They do not seem to resist it in any way.
Yep, that's good. And then as a bonus action to try and preserve my armor, I am going to go into direwolf form.
Ooh, okay.
I have that here, so I'm just gonna drag it out.
Yep.
And just move Siegfried back here.
Yep. Yeah.
And
Tuck you way up there on the wall.
yep, and that is my turn. I'm just
Okay.
gonna just keep this guy focused on me.
Alright. Now, that is bonus action now, because all druids now can
Yep.
do it as bonus action. Keep in mind, the wolf doesn't have hit points. It's
Yep.
your temporary hit points, equal to your druid level, I believe.
So how much is that again? How many temp hit points for my druid level?
It's equal to your druid level.
Oh, okay. So right now I have I have 10 temp hit points on my 97 hit points.
Correct. But if
Alright.
you lose those temporary hit points, you are not knocked out of wolf form.
Okay.
You can stay in wolf form in perpetuity until you drop to 0,
Yep.
but it's using your actual hit points now.
Okay, that makes sense. Otherwise, wild shape is pretty much the same, just the bonus action and the temp HP.
Effectively, yeah.
Okay.
And you still retain your own mental stats, proficiencies, all of your class features and stuff like that.
Cool. And like my armor is like tucked away underneath the wild shape now, right? Or kind of.
Correct. Yeah, you can choose
Okay.
what melds into your form and what doesn't.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and protect my armor.
Certainly.
That's what.
All right. That'll bring us around to Hellerast with Dunnan on deck.
Okay, well, just for posterity, she's gonna pull Corin, as you can see.
Certainly. Yep.
And then where is this thing? Is it above me? Next
No,
to me?
this charged up to you, like sort of skittering in a slithering pattern along the ground. This one was not on the ceiling.
Okay. Blight.
Blight.
Mm-hmm.
Con save. No, it got a 9. That's a devastating amount of damage. 36 points. Okay.
And then I'm just gonna stay
immediately
put
starting
so
to
it
look
doesn't-
rough.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else for you, Helly? You said you're staying put?
Nope.
All right, that brings
I'm
us
staying
to
put.
Dunnan with my remaining 3 monsters on deck.
Oh, hit the one in front of me.
Certainly. Looks terrible. You're hasted. That's a crit.
Hmm.
Bye.
So that's...
damage.
Yep. Yeah, the crit damage is maxed. And remind me, I need to update that on your sheet. So that is 12, 17 base. I don't need to add it. You easily kill it.
Yeah.
Even 17
And-
double gets you there.
With my hasted action, I'll dash over to Heli,
Okay.
Fair, and attack.
At advantage.
Yeah.
Uh, 19 still hits for 20 points of damage total. It is barely holding on at this point.
It's then.
All right. That it for you, Dunn?
Yes. That's my turn.
Okay. That'll bring us to the monsters. One of them is going to attack the wolf. I know that one for sure. Natural 1. Never mind. I'm going to roll an intelligence check. Since Hellerast dealt more damage, but it was a spell, I'm going to roll to see if it recognizes that she was more damaging, or if it's going to turn and attack the person that physically hit it. It's turning to
It
Dunnan.
is just a bug.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Dunnan, it's going to attempt to bite you, and then I would like a dex save. Ooh, natural 20 for 22 points of piercing damage. And a dex save with advantage because of haste.
It's 6.
You do succeed. You do not have your armor rent thunder. Brings us to Jaya to finish this off.
How much damage it was?
22.
So 12. Okay. Alright.
Yep.
Alright.
And you're not currently concentrating on anything, right, Dunnan?
Spiritual. Well,
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and make a con save for that. Oh, never mind. Your con save is 14. I thought your con save was 9 for some reason.
nope.
No, you're fine. You couldn't feel that. Yeah. What'll be, Jaya?
I'm going to move. Let's see shit on this map. Just to get visibility. There we go. Okay. How are they looking? Good.
The one by Hellerast looks terrible. The one by Wolfried is still pretty fresh looking. Got most of its armor plates.
Wolfried. Like that.
Okay. Hmm. Um. Okay. Well, stupid concentration.
I
Um.
mean, you can become visible if you want. No one's stopping you.
Yeah. Anytime the DM says that to you, you're like, I'm not gonna take that advice. Those are ones that I don't want.
I
Okay.
would never give
Mm-hmm.
terrible advice like that.
Mhm. Well, I think. How close am I at this point? I'm going to. I think I'm just going. Oh shit! Can't do that. Damn it! Sorry. In my head, I was dabbering, and so I was like, "Oh, just bonus action while shape." Christ, I am hungover, so it's rough today, guys. Can I do an arc twice, or is that's just an addition to an attack roll?
It's in addition to an attack roll. But if arc is odd or you crit, it automatically arcs again.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so I want to stay invisible. I think that's probably just gonna be what I'm gonna do. Let's see here. What? 21.
21 absolutely hits. That
Yep.
is 8 points. I'm assuming this is the one by Hellerast, the weaker one.
Yeah. Let's see if I can pick it off.
That is sufficient to destroy that one.
Cool.
All right.
And I think I have 10 more feet, and I'll do 10 more feet, but I'm still like sticking to the
Okay.
ceiling in my invisible roguey shape.
Okay. Roll me a D4, please.
3. What do I win?
Halfway through your flight, because both of you are invisible at this moment, you bump into Len, and there's just this weird because he's at the same elevation as you. He's on this cross beam.
It's like, oh fuck, what?
All right. And that will then bring us to Lend, who will drop 2 arrows into that creature. 25 points, 38 points, 57 points. Just barely finishes that one off. As the 2 arrows find their mark, and about a half second later, they fade into light, leaving the wounds open. That is going to take the group of you out of initiative.
Siegfried is going to remain in wolf form for now.
You can certainly do that.
Yeah. Can I take a good sniff of this weird creature's body, see if I can use my what is it? The direwolf's keen hearing and smell ability to see if there's any more of them coming down from where we
You
are?
certainly may. And Aeolus, with your 18, as you were listening at this point,
Okay.
you do not
So-
hear any more skittering, nor do you, Siegfried.
Okay.
King wants to instinctively pet the dog.
He's
I'm not
Fang
making you
will-
roll for that.
Yeah. If I smell Lend, Siegfried is just gonna be staring at the blank space where Lend is as a dog and just like mean mugging him.
Not quite sure. You can take your sheet off Whisper.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. I don't know why it's. I think it's because it's my. I rolled it from the direwolf sheet, and I
Oh,
think
yeah,
that's not
I got it.
Whisper. Yeah. But yeah, I just wanna Siegfried's kind of internally pissed that Len got his mom involved in this, so he's just mean mugging him if he can see him.
There we go. Sheet's fixed there.
Yeah.
Not quite sure where Len is, but you know he's around somewhere. Not even a minute later, after the silence has been confirmed, you do see Lend appear, taking, as his hood comes about halfway down, he reappears into the visible spectrum. Looking around. They were too small.
So the larger one is further in.
So we
One
can
one's something. What is it, Dunny?
This was the brood.
Offspring. Not my target.
You have any idea where the target is?
He just sort of shrugs and like gestures at the darkness behind you. Somewhere. Spawn here. Why are you here?
Me specifically, or we as a group?
Good love that.
He just sort of
Real,
cocks one eyebrow at you. Doesn't respond.
real quick, Tang wants to use a channel divinity to heal Dunnan. Using the divine spark before her beacon of hope goes away.
Okay.
So it's gonna be plus my wisdom modifier, which is 9. Or sorry, it's 5. So 8 plus 5 is 13. So 13 points to Dunnan.
Appreciate it.
Well, Ellie's going to use her feat level of cure wounds for Tang because she is also hurt. Not saying anything because she's the mom, but
I'll turn to
Yeah.
Len and say, well, be glad that we're here. I don't think you could have handled that many.
here you go,
Insect
10,
lords.
13 for you.
Wonderful.
Well, we got some bigger prey to hunt, I guess.
Siegfried just barks a little bit.
Can I go over to the creatures and see if there's anything worth extracting from them?
Certainly. Make survival checks. You can...
I have a question
two.
too. Do they smell like the pinwood, like the ichor?
They do. Similar. Not quite, but close.
Tang is gonna suggest that she uses locate creature.
Siegfried, when Aeolus is like kneeling down towards the creature, Siegfried will like aim his nose at the creature and then aim his nose at Aeolus's bloody mad dog's patch, and just keep doing that back and forth.
You can speak in wild shape, by the way.
Oh, and I thought I couldn't.
Yeah, that's part of the update.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So yeah, then Aeolus will suddenly realize that this wolf is talking to him, and I'll just say,
Siegfried just starts doing an interpretive dance.
yeah. I'll just say they smell like the bloody mad dogs we met in the Pinwood.
Yeah, what the fuck? You can talk.
What?
Only just figured it out. I just started licking myself.
Oh, not here. Oh, God.
They smell like Frank?
And then shake all the fleas off and like, whatever's
They-
going on. I say whatever's happening in the Pinwood is happening here.
Yeah, they smell like the hounds, the needle monster,
Yep, the needle monster.
that fucking giant crab that we helped Lend with. Alice just yells into the air and then sees Lend and goes, "Oh, look, you're here."
Well, I think we have to investigate this then. This is too close to Elderthorn.
I agree. And seems like Lend took really good care and caution with your mom.
I mean, say what you want about the Death Deniers, Lend at least has been a professional.
Yeah. I don't have any ill will against them.
It's just annoying. He could just come ask us.
Eh. Now I just have to get this sack. Oh, it broke. Oh, on to the next one.
Just gonna take a while. Can I take a little nap while you're all doing this?
It's up to you.
Like, if we could get if just because I used both my 5th levels, so if we have a short rest in us before we keep going, that would be great. Because I don't know what else we're gonna find out here. But if
Sure.
no one else needs one, that's okay.
I'm all set.
Fine with
Tang-
me.
I'm okay. I was very conservative with spell usage.
If we short rest, I get a wild shape back, so I'm fine either way.
If
Does
we
this
short
mean-
rest the tail end of it, I can brew tea of courage for everyone.
Yeah, let's do that then before we go down this abyss.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Eh.
I'm a little sad that wild shapes can talk now, but it is kind of funny.
I think it was an intentional change
Yeah.
to remove the, oh, you have to take Ghostwise Halfling so that way you can communicate with your party type of thing. Because,
Or take like the handful of telepathic feats
Yeah.
there are now.
yeah, because the flavor interpretation I feel like that has changed is you are still you. You are still the druid. You are taking the form of an animal, but you are not becoming the animal.
Yeah.
So therefore you should still have access to those traits. You're using the animal to craft the magic that helps you shape your form.
I can't still use magic though. That's like a druid thing, right? Like no druids
Correct.
can cast spells from wild shapes.
Correct. The only druid that
Yeah.
has full casting in their wild shape is, or casting prior to very high level, is the moon druid, and they can only cast their circle spells.
I can't double up on starry forms and wild shapes, right? Because they're technically the same thing.
They are both
Like-
wild shape, yeah. So using
yeah.
using your starry form is another use of your wild shape and would supersede the existing one.
Yep. Okay. That makes sense.
Similarly, if you expend one of your wild shapes for Wild Companion, the familiar, that is also the same thing. And as such, you would end an existing wild shape.
Okay.
Basic rule of thumb, you can have one thing that uses your wild shape going at once.
But I can still cast a spell and then concentrate on it while in wild shape.
Oh yeah,
right?
absolutely.
That
Yeah.
doesn't change. Okay, cool.
All I know is I'm imagining that his voice still sounds like what a dog would sound like if it could speak, like nasal and.
Hi, how are you?
This is
Hi,
a
hi, hi.
This is a very large dog, though.
Very large dog, but still like that
Yeah.
weird nasal, no lips thing, which is funny as hell.
So yeah, does our short rest happen successfully?
It does. You're not interrupted in any way. Everyone can complete their short rest.
I'll ask Tang if our locate creature figured anything out.
I have not cast it yet because I was waiting for the team to I would prefer to cast it at the end of the short rest because I
Makes
only
sense.
have an hour, so it lets me figure out at least where the nearest creature of that kind is, so it can take us to more of the brood, or it'll take us to the mom. As long as I can maintain concentration, we can track them for an hour. So at the end of
Yeah.
a short rest, rest. I can cast that after giving
Yeah, was
everybody
ist,
tea of courage.
Was? Weiß ich nicht. Muss ich schauen. Ein Spiegelei willst du haben? Eines? Okay.
Hey Spencer, as the group is short resting, can I like take off my half plate after I carve through the monsters to see if it is beyond the point of repairing versus just purchasing a whole new set of armor when we get back?
Are you proficient with smith's tools?
I am not. But hold on.
I believe Dunnan definitely is, but we can wait till Marcus.
So, even though I don't have proficiency, would I be able to just like, can I, using the artillerist, can I craft smith tools and just, even if there's a chance of like
Certainly.
breaking the armor completely?
Certainly. So I'd like you to make me an intelligence check with advantage, but you don't have proficiency bonus here. Pretty strong. Wow. Okay. I should know that that's also intelligence. All right, perfect. The armor is salvageable. That said, you suspect it needs to be purged of this corrosive substance of whatever's been left behind on it. And that's not something that can be done in a forge. That has to be something done magically before to get it to the point that it can be repaired. Effectively, it needs the benefit. It needs to be restored via greater restoration to fix this armor.
Okay.
Which is
Alrighty.
a spell that Tang has.
All right. But oh, there is no change. Aeolus will take the half plate off and will put it into his bag of holding because there is no armor class change if I wear it or not. So, for the ability to stealth better, I will remove the half plate.
Okay. Certainly, you are very capable of doing so. You can do that over the course of the short rest. Does anyone have anything else that they wish to do over the course of the short rest?
Nope. Just going to be sniffing wherever Tang points
Okay.
that direction.
The group, you can spend hit dice as you see fit as well.
Don't don't forget your 10 temp HP.
And everyone gets to 10 temp, correct?
That doesn't stack on my wild shape temp, right?
No.
But
So
I can
when
get the temp back by going into Dunnan's radius after
Correct.
I lose it. Okay.
yeah, well, you would take whichever number's higher.
Yep. Cool.
Okay. Are the
Let's
group of you
explore the
setting
cave.
off? You guys have options here. Len's
Yep.
presently with you. You've not really discussed what your intention is. I mean, it sounds like you're going deeper, but
Yep. Little hunting.
I think Teng said she was gonna cast locate creature after our short rest.
okay.
And then we're gonna wait and see what happens.
All right, we're jumping to that point. Teng, go ahead and spend the spell slot.
Real quick before that, at the tail end of the short rest, I was gonna give everybody Tea of Courage. So they get to pick whether they want a +1 to Constitution or +1 to Charisma-based saving throws for an hour.
Yeah.
I have enough of that tea for, I believe, 6 servings.
So if we take the +1 to con, that's basically like 10 extra hit points, right?
No, it's saving throws.
Okay, saving throws. Never mind.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Which would be
give
concentration.
everybody a serving except for me. So I'm gonna give one to Lend as well, and then that's a total of 6.
Yeah, I'll do the Constitution one. Then. Thank you.
I appreciate the offer, but I do not imbibe things from others.
You just watched me make the tea.
You enjoy your tea. Please take no offense. I would do the same if Grotto had made the tea.
Tang visibly deflates. It looks sad.
I'll go over to Siegfried and Helirest and offer them a cup of the Booze Hound stuff, so they also get resistance to poison.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So I'm down to like 3 gallons, I think.
Helly will take that and the points to charisma since she has none.
Yeah. Keep in mind, it's not affecting your score. Just bonus to save.
Right. Yeah.
And when I drank a sip of the Booze Hound, it is very strong. So it's like a punch in your face at first. Like...
All right. So who's getting the poison resistance from the Booze Hound?
Heli and Siegfried.
Oh.
So everybody has it now. Should have it.
And you're a dwarf naturally, so you have it anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
And actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna take the Charisma boost, not the Constitution boost.
That's fine.
Do you think we're gonna run into spellcasters down here?
I just say my Constitution's better than my Charisma.
Yeah, but
That's why-
if we're fighting more of these monsters, I feel like the thing that we're gonna be facing are Constitution checks.
But depends on who the mother is.
That's fair. Okay, I'm taking a con bonus because I don't want to lose concentration on anything.
Yeah.
Okay, and I will drink Len's portion of the tea, sadly. And then I will spend one of my...
Siegfried will just tell Teng this seems like it's building up to something horrifying. Last time we ended up in these tunnels, it wasn't that fun.
I don't think I was with you last time you ended up.
No,
in
you
these.
weren't. Len can tell you, he was almost thrown in a cage into an underground abyss with a weird crystal crab.
That sounds like a fever dream, and I don't know that I want to know.
It was not pleasant.
And then I'm promptly going to cast Locate Creature, so I'm concentrating on that for up to an hour. I'm trying to find the nearest creature similar to the creatures that we just fought. The corrupted rust monsters.
Okay. Let me double check. Locate creature. Can you put in
Do you want me
chat,
to put
please?
it in chat again?
Yeah, please.
I pluck a little bit of. No, I'm just kidding. From Siegfried.
I'm probably shedding real bad anyway, so.
I give him a stretch and then use the fur that comes off of him.
Also, like, Tang is probably, like, comically small standing next to Siegfried right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can scratch your belly just standing there.
Can't look creature thickness of lead blocks. Okay. You sense the nearest creature is deeper into the mine at the moment. Presumably, you could follow it along the path of the mine carts as they continue to descend downwards.
I'm gonna take the lead on marching order.
Can I do, like, a general, like, smell perception check just to try and keep an eye out for Tang?
Certainly.
As we're
Make
going
a
to.
perception with advantage.
Cool. And that perception, does it have to be through the wolf or through
No,
me?
it's your perception.
Okay.
Because you
Even with
retain your mental stats and you retain your proficiencies.
Even with the keen hearing and smell, does that no longer apply because it's me, not the wolf?
No, you get the benefit of
Okay.
that, but you retain your proficiencies as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It makes this a lot stronger. So advantage on perception. Oh, it's not that great, but there it is.
Okay. Keeping your nose up. Your wild shape lasts for 4 hours at the moment, I believe. 5 hours. Half your level, right? 5 hours.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Duration. Number of hours equal to half your druid level. Yep. Alright. About 10 minutes of descending into this mine pass by. Until Tang, you in the lead here, you sense a sudden change. Because you're proceeding carefully, I would presume at this point. You're not sprinting down the mine. The direction changes sharply to your left. And you see one of these small little tunnels that these creatures had burrowed through and came out of nearby where you were as well. And your locate creature is sort of down and to that left. Up ahead, you can see that the mine shaft sort of starts to bend around to the right and down. You're not sure if it loops back around or not. You could try to take the tunnels, or you could try to go with the mine shaft.
Is the tunnel big enough for Siegfried to fit?
As Siegfried, yes. As Wolf, no.
Okay, I'm just gonna continue. I'm gonna gesture towards the tunnel and say I think it went through there. We should continue down the mine shaft.
Okay.
It's gotta come out somewhere.
Okay.
If nobody argues, I'm gonna continue leading the group.
You're the one with the magic.
Yeah. Yeah, Siegfried just nods as a wolf and starts following.
You continue down. The mine shaft starts to turn to the right and a little bit back to the left. Not quite as much. Starts to level out until you're walking basically on flat level ground again. You see you're passing mine tracks, abandoned looking sort of semi-broken tools that weren't worth their weight to have to heft up out of here before this place had been abandoned. Small attempts here and there to sort of bore into some of the walls by maybe miners that outside of the ODMC that were hoping to strike it rich on something they missed. You're no longer sensing any creatures.
As soon as I stop feeling or sensing the creatures, I say we have to double back and go through the tunnel. They aren't this way.
Okay. I tell her don't mind me. I can change my shape, so
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Another few minutes pass as you work your way back up until you get this sense of it rotating from that sort of 3 o'clock from the direction that you're going. It's coming up at like 2 o'clock orientation to you. It gets to 3 o'clock, gets to 4 o'clock, and that's when you sort of turn and double back the 10 feet or so that was necessary to get it back to that due right of you.
And I will just drop out of wild shape to go through the tunnel.
Okay.
So.
You presently have dark vision, correct?
Yep, but I actually have super dark vision because I took the Eldritch Adept feat a while back for that one.
Got it. Does
I-
anyone not have dark vision?
I think I have it naturally, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
F4 should, I
Tang,
believe.
you have
And
dark
or-
vision. Aeolus, you have dark vision, right?
Yep.
Okay. The tunnel is not large. You need to be crawling to proceed. Not to the point that you are squeezed, but it is too narrow for any of you. Maybe Tang, maybe could stand up in this in some places, here and there. By and large, though, you're on your hands and knees as you push into here. So I need a marching order, with the understanding that there is not sufficient space in here for you to pass each other.
Okay.
Ellie takes the rear as usual.
I am going to wild shape again. I assume I still have my dark vision when I wild shape because it's me. I am going to turn into a
You can-
constrictor snake.
Okay. Constrictor snake is a large creature. It's too large.
Oh, okay.
You can turn into a spider.
Yeah.
Are you trying to take a form that's viable in combat? Are you trying to take a form
Oh.
to take up less space?
Just take up less space. So I'm just
Oh,
going to
yeah,
turn
you
into
could-
a
you could
small
turn
snake.
into a
just a small- Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I'm just going to turn into a small snake and stick to whoever's going up front.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go. I shouldn't be the first person, but I can go immediately behind them so that if something pops up, I can spam heal them.
I will take up front.
I
Okay.
don't
That's a
mind
bad
going up front
idea, no.
either. Yeah.
Immediately shut down.
I feel like a resident tank dwarf with the
Yeah. I think
fire
Dunnan.
hose of ale should be in the front.
Yeah. I think Dunnan
I
should go
can-
up front.
Dunnan's usually at the front.
Yeah,
I can track the creature.
Usually the second.
tracking the creature. Tunnel, there's only one direction.
I mean, Aeolus has done this before. He's had to go tunneling for all those weird
Four.
creature pieces.
Conan.
Aye.
What'll be
What is
Aeolus?
that?
You said done, and he said yeah, and then you...
He fell asleep. Oh man, wake up!
I think he disconnected, maybe.
Aeolus
Oh,
okay.
steps back.
Okay.
Alright. So the order is Dunnan, Tang.
Yes.
And then
Lend will
Siegfried
go
is gonna-
behind Tang.
Yeah, Siegfried as a snake is going to try and stay as close to Tang as I can.
Okay. Coiled around Tang's wing or something.
Yeah.
Aeolus
wait.
or Jaya, who's next? I can wear Siegfried like a boa.
Ha ha ha.
Right
Yeah.
over my
Is-
neck.
Wait, sorry. So this is an action. It's a boa. Is that what I just heard?
Yeah, it's a boa.
Nice.
Aeolus will go behind Aya.
Okay.
And
So
I think that-
Jaya will be behind Tang.
and then Heli is bringing up the rear.
Yeah.
Don't you, Spencer?
Okay. So Aeolus is taking the rear, it sounds like.
No, Helly's in the rear.
Oh, Heli is? Okay, Aeolus is directly in front of Elrest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hope he took a shower because we're on our hands and knees.
I was waiting for that,
Disgusting.
Dan. Deep internet cuts. One by one, you proceed into this small tunnel deep underground, chasing these creatures. Tang, you have about 30 minutes left in your spell at this point. And you are crawling at a very slow pace. I'd like you to make, Tang, I'd like you to make a survival check for me.
Okay. You kidding me?
Oh boy.
That's bullshit.
As you proceed, you rapidly realize that this is not a singular tunnel. These are interconnected. And you are attempting to ascertain which direction is more likely that these creatures are come through based on your effective compass pointing you in the direction of the nearest thing. You take a left, right, it goes up and down over hills. You are descending on average, it feels like. 10 minutes pass. 20 minutes pass. All you're hearing is the scraping of knees being dragged over the ground, packs scraping the roof of this tunnel here and there. Presently, your spell ends, and you have no idea where you are in this tunnel underground. You've been so focused on this direction and trying to guess the best left or right or up or down when you come to these forks and junctions that you've somewhat lost track of your path up to this point. And you realize, Tang, that you're lost internally.
I am gonna cast Locate Creature again.
Okay. A few moments pass. All of you hear Tang re-intoning the spell. I'd like you to make another survival check for me.
I'm using Lucky.
Okay. Better.
Oof.
In this time that passes, this maybe roughly a minute at most, as you hold everyone up so that way you can get your spell going again before you make more effective guesses, and that doubt starts to seed itself into your mind. As the spell takes hold and you're sort of trying to calm yourself, get your bearings, and your mind thinks to the untold millions of tons of rock and stone pressing down around you, the inexorable danger that one of these creatures would pose if it comes upon the group of you crawling through these tunnels where you cannot get away and you are at significant disadvantages. You feel the sense of a slight shifting in the focus of the spell. You realize that something is sort of moving in circles nearby. You quickly adjust, pick a direction, and continue downwards. About 5 to 10 minutes pass as you realize that so much relies upon you. And you feel a heat. All of you feel this, that a very slight change in temperature here. that's emanating from somewhere up ahead. There's a few more twists and turns. There doesn't appear to be any more junctions. As the group of you continue to crawl. Would like you all to make a stealth check for me with disadvantage. Not because of your armor, but because you are moving through cramped spaces. Okay. Oh, and I need Len to roll stealth. Len got a 36.
He's not disadvantaged.
Oh, he got a 26. Sorry. Oh no, you're right.
Like Len is that much better than us.
Hey, Spencer.
Yeah, he's a fighter. He's a fighter that's an archer. Yeah.
As we continue to move through, can I try to use Hunter's Bane to like see if we're getting closer by like the proximity?
Make a. I'm gonna say perception check with advantage. I think that's more apt than survival at this moment.
I just want to say that this is my actual nightmare.
Yeah, definitely is.
Crawling through tunnels and caves and cramped spaces.
Absolutely not. No.
Last night I stayed
It's
up
so
way
dangerous.
too late watching like YouTube videos of people like spelunking like
It's
tiny wet caves.
wildly dangerous.
It's terrible. Yeah.
Aeolus, you've been vividly aware for the past hour, roughly, that this place reeks of this bile scent of the vague touches of the effects of the pinwood, the intraplanar influences of these creatures that you've encountered and the levels of corruption that you've found in various things over your adventures so far. This place is inundated with it. You wouldn't be surprised if you broke a rock under your foot and ichor started leaking out as if it did in the trees of the pinwood. This place is impregnated with it. It is everywhere, and it is assailing your senses to the nth degree. It's not helping you orient yourself because it's coming from... You're wading through it.
Right.
As the group of you sense this heat, and you carefully try to proceed quietly, there's scrapes and jostles here and there. Siegfried, I would say you wouldn't have disadvantage because you are a snake, I remembered. And you haven't run out of your time there, but overall the group's not that stealthy at this moment, unfortunately. Presently, Dunnan in the lead. You reach forward to sort of grab the next rock ahead of you, and you realize your perception was slightly off, and you take a tumble into a larger room that is ahead of you. And you can hear skittering sounds here and there. Nothing loud. It's very faint. And the clattering of you taking the stumble and then everyone else sort of crawling out behind you to the point that you can all finally sort of roll your shoulders back here and there. Siegfried, just let me know if you do drop Snake, and if so, at what point. You are in pitch blackness at this point. Siegfried, you can see significantly better than everyone else at this moment. I'm going to move you to another page.
Significantly better how?
So he has he has the feet. The Devil's Sight feet.
Yep.
Tang, is your dark vision also 120?
Yeah.
Okay, I will move you as well then.
Tang will hear a snake swearing in giant, like in her ear.
That feels like some north. Norse mythology shit.
Yeah.
Tang. Here we go. Alright, so both of you should have a page updated.
Uh-huh.
Yep. I just like, what should we do, Tang? I think it knows we're here.
How big is the opening
It can make tunnels, Tang.
across the narrow spot?
10, 15 feet.
Yes.
And the ceiling here is about 10 feet in height. What you see is in a concave depression in the ground.
Okay.
Siegfried is gonna tell if Tang, I can drop a daylight in here to help our friends, but as soon as I do it, it's gonna pop off.
Now, right now, I'm not asking for the two of you to roll stealth checks because you are effectively directly against her ear.
Yep. It doesn't cost an action to drop wild shape, right?
It's
Or
a
anything
bonus
like that.
action to drop.
Okay.
Double check. Drop it back in chat. I'm actually not sure on that one because
Yeah.
I'm playing a druid right now, and
Yeah.
I almost never use wild shape for a wild shape.
Let's see, wild shape. I have so many tabs open on my character sheet right now. 1 second. There we go.
Okay.
I feel like with being underground, because considering she's
You can leave the former early as a bonus
aviary.
action.
Okay.
Huh?
It's the wild shape question was a bonus action, but go ahead.
Considering she is a bird and she does not like being underground to begin with, and now there's a giant scary monster that is less than 60 feet away from her, she's going to panic and cast banishment.
Okay. I'd like you and Siegfried to roll initiative for me. The rest of you, not quite yet.
Oh god. I'm still a snake.
Are the rest of us that were behind them? Are we out of the hole yet?
You are.
Okay.
Yeah, you are. Everyone's effectively out of the tunnel at this point. I've been setting up tokens.
Can I use a luck point for initiative?
Yeah, advantage. It's an ability check.
Yeah. Cool. I will do that. I'll roll initiative again.
Okay.
There we go. That's better.
All right. Tang, I'm setting you to 22 because you are technically setting stuff off. Just ahead of Siegfried. I'm going to move the rest of you to a map at this point. Once the map loads for you, then you can each roll into initiative. Otherwise, it'll go to the wrong page.
On point.
Lend needs an initiative. Of note, Tang and Siegfried were the ones to see everything. So I'm setting the two of them to top of initiative no matter what. Everyone else will be ordered beneath them.
I will swap my initiative with Anin.
Okay, so Dunnan will be 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jaya, Lend, Eolis is a 3, Heli, okay. I think that brings everyone into initiative. So let me adjust our music for a moment. So you are starting off initiative with the casting of Banishment, correct, Tang?
Correct.
All right. That is a charisma saving throw, right?
Correct. DC 18.
Okay.
Should Denon and I be switched?
Huh? Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't
It
catch
should
that.
be.
Appreciate it.
There we go.
Yep. As you lock onto this creature, Tang, and you spot it, and you intone your spell, you hear the chittering immediately pick up in noise as this bulbous form sort of squelches and turns itself to you at the sound of your voice calling out, intoning the spell. The moment you release it, you get this feedback that you feel sort of echo back along the weave to you from your spell. I'd like you to make... are you proficient with Arcana?
No.
Okay, I'd like you to just make a wisdom check for me then. It's going to be wisdom using Arcana if you have proficiency. But 18, still pretty good. You've not encountered something similar to this before, but the way that this sort of echoed back, it felt like this thing is anchored in place. It is immutable, and it is almost forced here. You can't, your will, your power to try to send it elsewhere is meeting against an unstoppable force. Something is forcing this to be here.
Okay.
You have a bonus in movement if you'd like to spend anything.
How high is the ceiling?
10 feet.
Cool.
With the exception of basically a 20-foot radius of that creature, where it's at presently. That is a 20-foot ceiling
Okay.
from
Question.
the concavity.
Is using an item a bonus action?
It depends on the item. So if it's a magic item, the new ruling is you use a magic action, the same action that you would use to cast a spell to activate the magic item. If it's a potion, a tincture, or something like that, across the board now, it's a bonus action.
Okay. This is a powder.
Okay. Well, let me know what it is.
It's invisibility powder.
So that would be a magic action. You're activating a magic item effectively.
Okay. Never mind. Then.
Actually, it's a consumable, correct?
Correct.
I'm gonna put the consumable on the side of it's analogous to a potion. So I would actually say it's a potion.
Okay, I'm gonna dump the invisibility powder on my head. So I'm invisible for the next 10 minutes until I cast a spell or attack.
Okay. Tang vanishes in a cloud of flue powder. She's gone.
And
She's
she's
just
going
like, dang, this thing doesn't need eyes to see.
and she's gonna shout, "Big bad up ahead, immune to banishment."
I think other people just see like a snake just floating around in midair.
Yeah, that'd be random
So-
floating
I
snake.
still haven't disengaged myself from that.
I think it's gonna
So-
move.
So did we all see her cast a spell and then her reaction?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, you see her panic, pull a little pouch out, hold it over her head, and dump it, and she disappears.
All right.
And then I'm gonna shift to where I am now.
Okay. Noted. That'll then bring us around to Siegfried, floating snake, who was brought along with her. What'll be, Siegfried?
Sorry, I was muted. I am going to move off Tang, just slither to the ground. And you said, if I used another wild shape, it would just supersede what I'm in right now.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. So the rule.
I can just
so
go
the-
into archery form and go back to normal.
Yeah, so my interpretation is the rules of Wild Shape is you retain all of your class features, one of which is Wild Shape. And
Yeah.
you remain in form until you use Wild Shape again. So you could either drop the form and go back to Siegfried, or use Wild Shape again so to effectively change your animal shape, or in this case, go into a form which would automatically turn you back into yourself.
Yeah, so I think for now I am going to go into Chalice Form. So you see Siegfried pop out, and then I don't want to bring attention to myself, so is it a bonus action to use meta magic? I don't think so.
No, meta magic is in addition to it's an additional cost to casting the spell.
Okay,
And
so
your
I am
form
going
sheds
to-
10 feet and 10 feet of light, correct?
Yeah. So I start glowing,
As you fall off of things.
and then
Invisible shoulder.
And then, seeing as I'm glowing, I'm a target. I am going to subtle spell, daylight,
Okay.
and I have 60 feet from where I am, so I am going to put it as far in that room as I can.
Okay, I'm grabbing a little
Yeah.
spell marker. Give me a moment. Okay, and what is the radius on daylight?
It is bright light and sheds dim light for a 60-foot radius sphere of light. The sphere is bright light and sheds dim light for an additional 60 feet.
Okay.
So 60-foot bright,
60 and 60.
60-foot dim.
Okay.
Yep.
The place is immediately cast in this. I'm gonna.
And then Siegfried is gonna hide behind Tongue.
Okay.
That is my turn.
The thing did disappear. I just kicked it to the lighting layer so I don't accidentally mess with the token. I don't believe it's a concentration spell for you, so it just lasts for the next hour. So you're good there. It'll only matter if someone casts darkness, which I don't think any of you are going to do in this moment.
So I have bonus action used. I am just going to hide behind Tongue. That is my turn.
Hide behind someone.
Yeah.
That'll bring us to Jaya with the layer, which is the spawn on deck.
Cool.
Yes, that was supposed to be a 20. It's a beautiful
Fireball.
creature.
She's hot.
I'll just be like, Aeolus, look at that. Light it up for us.
So many eggs for you to get, Aeolus.
Ugh.
All right, you said fireball?
Yep.
Sure.
Every time you say that, I get the do 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 song in my head.
Fireball. Dex save.
Immediately go. No.
It got a
Is she
0.
like pregnant? Oh,
It is
God.
a mother. It is a mother.
I know.
It got a 0 for you. 23 points of
lovely.
fun. All right. Seems to take full damage. Doesn't seem to resist it in any way. Just this explodes on top of it, and it's just sort of skittering around for a moment as it's slowly turning its bulbous gargantuan form. Anything else, Jaya?
No, I think that's gonna be it.
Okay. That'll bring us to the lair. Peeling out of tunnels.
Oh, lovely.
That is all of them. One of them has come out able to attack. Aeolus and Helleras, both roll me a d20, please.
Okay.
Nice, Aeolus. It attacks Aeolus. You won.
Let's go.
9 to hit you.
It misses.
Dex save, please.
I'm not wearing armor.
Do you have a shield?
Shit.
You're fine. All
My
right.
shield.
That'll bring us to Lend, who's very much not about what's happening here for the moment.
Spencer, I'm so sorry. Could I have bonus action enacted blade song?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks.
That tracks for you. Would absolutely do that. Len is gonna spend his action to put his fucking cloak up.
There's so many invisible people in a second.
Yeah. And he'll shift to there. That'll bring us to Helleras with Dunnan on deck.
Okay. Hellerast understands the whole hooker thing, so she's gonna just use magic. She's not pulling out Shade and Shine yet. And she's gonna go
Darn.
ahead and hit that with Blight again. It
Okay.
seems to work, and she's still got a couple.
Light it is. Con save. Got an 11. Ooh, 41 points of damage. That one is immediately looking terrible. These ones that have sort of come out of these tunnels, as you see it sort of recoil from this energy coursing through it. Especially Tang, but Aeolus, you're right there as well. The armor plates that these things have don't appear to be quite as shiny as the ones that you had fought previously. Now that the daylight is here, they might be younger, you suspect. They might be a little bit less well armored and developed than the others. Not by a large extent, but close. But you take note of that immediately. Movement or staying put?
Staying put.
Okay. And are you bringing out Corin as a bonus?
Sure.
Okay. Mark off the spell slot, and that brings us to Dunnan with the Broodmother on deck.
Oh, seeing that those nasty things appeared again, he will flank with yours, and when running, he'll cast Divine Favor.
Yeah. Lasts for a minute, no concentration.
I'll tick that, and I'll attack the one. Does it look like teen or adult size?
It's
Like the ones you fought?
roughly the same size as the ones that you fought previously.
Yeah.
Not smaller enough to justify a smaller token. But it looks like the armor plates aren't quite fully developed as of yet.
Still ugly.
They're still bolting.
14 does hit.
Ooh.
Just barely. So that is you still have cold damage ticked.
No, spiritual this tick. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is 2, 3, 5 bonus. So that is 13 points total.
And
It looks really bad. And that is sufficient. That one, as you are impacting it, it just gets broken through halfway, and you send one of these segments against the wall like you just hit a watermelon with the hammer. It is dead.
and I'll stand in front here.
Okay.
That's it.
With the bright daylight, as this creature, this huge broodmother, has shifted around to face the group of you. You see its eyes are milky white, and it opens this wide mouth that sort of segments partway down the first section of its body and then into the second. It is not moving. It's quite fine where it is, as you see a small pile of eggs around the base of it. It is going to launch 2 bioblasts at you, Dunnan. 21 and a 23.
Both hit.
Both hit. Wonderful. You take 13 acid damage and then 14 acid damage for 27 total.
Yeah.
And you are pushed back 20 feet. But I believe your armor prevents that, correct?
Just 10 feet, I think. I'm not sure.
Double check your armor. Yeah. Reduce the distance you move by 10 feet. Alright, so you are reduced. Where's the broodmother? So the first one pushes you back 20, reduced to 10, and then an additional 20 on top of that. So 30 feet. You are pushed back against the wall, but you are not slammed into the wall. So you're not taking additional damage thanks to that reaction.
Cool.
It will then send
That's rude.
a spit. Nope, that's good. Alright, that'll bring us to Aeolus with Tang on deck. And we'll do our mid-session break when we break just before Tang so that way we can take a brief breather.
So the creature that's in front of us isn't there.
Is the token still on the map?
No, I believe Dunnan killed it.
Okay.
Refresh your page if you're still seeing that
Killed
token.
one, yeah.
Okay. So am I able to see the creature, or do I have to walk?
No,
up?
you can
I
see.
don't-
The area is illuminated by sourceless sunlight, thanks to Siegfried.
Alrighty. Aeolus is going to unhook the skull, activate Eldritch Cannon in protector mode. 10 feet away from him. And he's going to hold his arm out and fire a... Let's go with fire damage
Okay.
with the R.
Okay. 16. This is the big one, right?
Yes.
All right. As you launch this, you see it impacts part of the shell of this creature and then just peters out into nothingness. Not quite.
Okay. And that's a full. Aeolus will reposition himself.
Okay. That'll bring us to 10, and let's do our mid-session break here, about 5 minutes. How's that sound?
Ooh.
Sounds good. Thank
Alright.
you.
All right. Getting back into it then. Teng, the turn is yours.
Tang is gonna pop out, seeing that the brood mother has not moved. She is going to use her divine intervention to cast insect plague on the corrupted brood mother.
Sure.
No, this is gonna be terrifying.
So, in an attempt, like even if the piercing damage doesn't work well on the brood mother, it should at least destroy the brood that it's sitting on.
Okay.
Is her thought process.
All right.
Um,
What's the radius for this?
the 20-foot radius sphere.
I have an insect sphere. All right. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Mhm.
Let me double check my measurement. Yep. Beautiful. Kick that to the map layer. I'm assuming centered directly on her.
Yes, I want to destroy the brood around her as well as hit her.
All right.
And then,
Insect plague.
Yeah.
Swarm appears. Each creature in it makes a con save, taking 40% piercing, half as much. Also makes a save when it enters or ends its turn there. Okay.
Mhm.
Makes a save only once per turn. Okay, so it is a con save for the broodmother. That is an 11. Go ahead and give me some damage.
$21 points of piercing damage.
One. Alright, insect plague. There we go. 21 points, you said?
Mhm.
Nice. Does it obscure the area? Lightly obscure it is difficult terrain. Okay.
And then I'm going to scoot a boot.
So that made you reappear, correct?
Yep, and I took off the invisibility marker. I'm going to move, and I still have 10 more feet, so I'm going to go up the full 10 feet. I'm against the ceiling.
Okay. Gentle flapping. That brings us to Siegfried with Jaya on deck.
Okay. At the start of my turn, I'm gonna switch into Archer.
Okay.
Sorry, my mouse died, so I'm gonna be a little slow. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, peek out over here. Forget the range of my Archer every time.
60 feet, I believe.
60 feet. Okay.
It's 60 or 120, but I think you're
I
within
don't
60.
think it's 120.
You're within 60, I believe. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna launch an Archer at the mother.
Certainly.
Bonus action. I don't think it's gonna do much, but every bit helps. Here we go.
27. Or sorry, 23. Pardon me. Will hit.
Yeah.
For 11 points of radiant
Cool.
damage.
I think I just clicked that twice.
Yep, all good.
Then with my action, I am going to. I would like to drop a Wrath of Nature centered on the mother. It is a 60-foot cube.
Okay. Let me grab another thing. Actually, I'm just going to draw a 60-foot cube. I don't have cubes, I
Yeah.
have circles. Alright, 60-foot cube.
Yep. And does anything happen as soon as I drop it?
Okay.
So,
It's at the end of your turn.
yeah. I already used my bonus action.
Can someone measure on the map and double check my measurement? Or draw a 60-foot cube so that way I can match my square to it.
Like that?
Yeah. Or put yourself to snap to corner.
Okay, yep. Snap to corner.
And then start up here.
Okay, Can you ping it? Oh yeah. Cool. Okay. There we go.
Alright, let me... Rectangle. Okay, and now pivot to until you get to 120.
Over here. Oh, sorry, I didn't.
That's
pivot.
fine, you're good.
It's hard. I'm using my
All good.
touchpad.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Cool.
I got it.
Awesome. So I don't think anything happens now until the end of my turn.
Player.
One of the creatures
player.
of your choice. So I'm going to move,
Okay.
and then at the end of my turn, do that effect on to.
There are no roots and vines. There are rocks.
Yeah. Okay.
You have rocks as available.
Cool. Okay. Can I take that back? I thought I could use the roots and vines. Never mind. Can I mulligan that turn?
Sure.
Yeah. There's no roots and rocks here. That's not. I wanted to try and restrain them. I don't want to fuck up. I had a plan, but it's gonna fuck up Teng's ice insect swarm. So don't want to do that.
What will it be?
Can I do? I am just going to. I am going to actually cast Guardian of Nature on myself instead.
Okay.
And
Sounds
then, but this time I. No, never mind. I already used my bonus action. I'm just gonna launch a guiding bolt. Sorry. Just
Okay.
launch a guiding bolt.
That's fine. Yeah. Guiding bolt from the map.
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it.
From.
That'll then bring us around to Jaya as soon as you roll that.
Yeah. Okay. That's amazing.
Rolling and missing that.
And,
Okay.
I'm gonna move back at the end of my turn. That's my turn.
Okay. Jaya, around to you. What'll it be?
I think that this would be a good use for Sickening Radiance, because I know that you love stacking circles and areas of effects on maps.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that. I think I can do it. Is there any way I can get all of them in there?
Put Sickening Radiance in the chat for me.
Yeah.
Start with that so I know what circle and square I'm making. 30-foot sphere.
30-foot radius.
Wonderful. Perfect. Okay. So that's 20 feet. That's 20. Hold on. 20. 25. 30. That's 30 feet.
Beautiful.
So you can get
Yeah.
3 of them.
Cool.
Does that work for you?
Yep, that's perfect.
Send that to the map layer.
Then I'm gonna join everybody else hiding behind this area. Just scoot over there.
Okay. Sickening Radiance. Leave happens at the start of its turns.
Yeah.
Moves
so
in the
if
spell's
they
area
move
for its
into
turn
it-
or starts its turn there. Con save 40-10 Radiant. 1 level of exhaustion. Space. Cannot benefit from invisible. Okay. Alright. Anything else, Shia? Marker concentration.
I think that's it. That's all I have for right now. 50 like for concentration.
The little stopwatch.
Gotcha.
Sickening Radiance. Alright. Brings us to layer actions. All of these things that you've set upon my broodmother cause it to utter a ear-splitting chirping scream, and the skittering, pardon me, that you were hearing previously amplifies in volume. Coming out of the wall, barreling past Hellerast.
Of course it does.
Badoom. 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 The others will move. 40. Dash in. 40. Dash in. I'd like you to roll me 4d10, Jaya, for the 2 that are presently in it. I haven't rolled their saves yet. 27. Con saves. Doot doot. 16 and a 23, so 1 failure. Minus 27 points. And then 5 and 13 for the 2 that had to pass through it. So 2 failures on those. Minus 7. Come on. Minus 27. And I'm going to put a pip on them for their exhaustion. Okay. Dashed Hellerast, you have 2 of them that appeared that can attack you. Virtually everything else dashed this round. Heli, that is a natural 20 and a 14 for the 2 attacks.
The 20 hits, the 14 does not.
All right. It is 21 points of piercing damage. I'd like a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay.
You're fine. The Icar does not
Look.
touch you from that.
What kind of damage is that?
Piercing damage.
Piercing. Is there any necrotic damage happening in all these
No, there has not been.
things? No. Okay.
And the other one, I'd like one more dex save because they both have the bile. You avoided the one. You're fine entirely. The rest of them all dashed or just appeared. And that will then bring us to Lend, who you hear his voice call out, "This is not good."
Oh shit.
And then we shall... Yeah, he's just gonna try to shoot the one at Dunnan. That is... He has advantage. He's invisible. That is 14, 34, 47, 54 points on the first hit. And then 30, 80 points, 84 points total. Dunnan, the one that has charged you, has charged directly into 2 glowing arrows that vanish moments later. And then it is missing its head. Brings us to Heli with Dunnan on deck.
Okay, so I'm flanked, right?
Effectively at this point, because you are also pinned against the wall. In the back. There we go. You can go into the tunnel.
Okay.
I'm not going to stop you from doing that.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let Corin hit this one that's kind of on her.
Yeah, sure.
And that's a spirit strike.
11 points.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and hit this one next to me with a, even though it's kind of close. Tell me, is this gonna make a problem? Guiding bolt.
You'll have disadvantage on the attack roll because it's a ranged attack and you're in melee, or you're within 5 feet of the creature.
Okay.
So you can definitely do it, but you'll be rolling a disadvantage. These do seem to be.
Your Spirit Guardians prepared?
Instead, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Spirit Guardians
Yeah, sure.
at level 5.
Okay. So we get a 15-foot emanation for you. 15. There we
And
go.
then I'm gonna back my ass up into that tunnel.
You are going into the tunnel.
Just a little bit, yeah. Just enough so that I don't really have any idea. Did they come out of that tunnel behind me?
One of them did.
Okay, shit. No, I'm not gonna do that.
That's why I was confused for a moment. You were really going into the tunnel, making it easy for them to eat you.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and just give them the chance for opportunity, but go ahead and head over towards Dunny and Lend.
Okay. I'd like you to give. So you cast this at 5th level.
5.
Okay.
5th level. Yes.
So that is 5d8. So if you could kindly roll me 2 sets of 5d8 because it appears and when they end their turn there.
Okay.
It's wisdom saves. 15 and 16 both fail. 16 points. And 19 points. You left the reach, 2 opportunity attacks.
Yes.
Fight. 7 and 21. 21, I believe, hits you.
21 hits.
14 points of piercing damage, but that will not break your concentration. You have greater than +9.
Okay, and I still have. Do I still have done these 10 temporary hit points?
You would have had up until just now. So
Okay.
4 points total. Because
Okay.
you were hit with you were hit with a crit also, so you would not have it for that 14.
Okay. What did I get on the crit? I didn't
It
notice
was
that.
21 points.
21. Okay.
So take the 14 and then add 10 back to yourself.
Okay.
Or take 4, whatever.
That's good.
That'll bring us to Dunnan with the Broodmother on deck, as you are rapidly being swarmed. What up, you Dunnan?
Oh, I was muted. I'll hop over here and turn to the others. So, brace yourself. I haven't done that in a while. And I will use the shockwave from Heart Iron.
Okay. Shockwave. Each creature of your choice
every-
within 60 feet of you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop an emanation on you real quick so I can
Like-
see 60 feet.
Yeah, like this, I guess.
Bright
Jesus
Gold
Christ.
is a great idea. You can drop the measurement. It affects virtually every creature on the field.
Yeah,
each
except my
creature
friends.
of your choice within 60 feet of you must succeed on a con save. We're stunned for 1 minute. Okay. I will start with the Broodmother. That is a 24. She is fine.
Well.
Okay. Now my other stat block. All right. I'm gonna just work my way top to bottom, left to right. If you could keep in mind, if someone could keep in mind what fails, what succeeds, so I can mark them appropriately. All right. What's your DC? 15.
15.
Okay.
DC,
12,
Constitution.
9. 21, 8.
Wait. Oh.
13, 13. 22, 7. Shia, 16. 17 on the Corwin. And 18 on the other one. So I believe I have failure,
And one
Fails.
success.
failure, success, and then failure. And then it was failure. And then success, failure. Oh, success, pardon me. Success. Oh, this one is. There we go. I think I got it. All right, all of the ones with the little heat shimmer are stunned. Repeating the same
Oh.
throw.
This buys us some time.
That it
Carry
does.
on.
You just stunned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. There are,
Y-
yeah.
How many are there? I don't even see all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's done more than half them.
Or half.
Pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right,
And-
that's your action.
Yeah. And that is it. I'll
Okay.
stand.
Standing your ground.
Yes.
Broodmother, I would like firstly 4d10 for Sickening Radiance. That's a con save for that. She fails with a 10. 21 points of damage. She will move there because it's difficult terrain, and dash to there.
And
As
they got
you've-
a,
Hmm?
sorry, they got a point of exhaustion too by failing that.
Yep. So it'll be a pip. As she lumbers forward, sort of dragging this massive form, there's this ongoing chittering. It's like a scream that fingernails on chalkboards in your ears at the destruction of this nest that a little bird has just put upon it. All right. Outside of reach. Hellarest, Dunnan, and Aeolus, you are all targets of a Bioblast. Dunnan first. 21 to hit you, Dunnan.
Well, meets it, beats it.
Okay. 11 points of acid, and you're pushed back 20 feet. Would you like to reduce that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, just move back 10 feet diagonally away from her. Hellarest, 14 to hit you.
Nah.
Okay, you dodged the 24 points of acid damage that would have hit. And then Aeolus, 28 to hit you.
Yep.
That is 20 points of acid, and you are pushed away from her. I don't believe 20 feet hit makes you impact a wall, though. Nope, you're good. About there.
Alrighty.
Thank you. Yeah, just, you barely had the 20 feet, so you weren't slammed against the wall. That is her full turn. And that brings us to Aeolus, with the insect plague churning away on the nest, and Tang on deck.
Aeolus, as a bonus action, is going to activate a Crimson Right on the Alchemist's Flamethrower.
Okay.
And then
Burning the nest. There's a wasp joke in here somewhere.
Aeolus is going to run back up to that spot and is going to slide in and use the Alchemist's Breath and shoot a line 30 feet.
Okay. It's 30 feet, you said?
Yep.
Okay. I would say you definitely get the two in the front, and you can either get the stunned one or the Broodmother.
I will aim for the Brood Mother.
Okay.
Bitch.
Deck saves, right?
Yep.
Okay. Corrupted Rest Monsters. The base ones. Dex. 7 and 11. No good there. Alright. And then the Broodmother. Dex. With her bulbous form, she's a little bit slower than the rest of them. That'll be an 11 for her as well. So that's 30 points of damage across the board. 32, right?
Yep.
Okay. The red pip looks really rough. Broodmother's still looking pretty good. Anything else for you, Aeolus?
Aeolus will then that's it. Yep.
Okay. That'll bring us to Tang with Siegfried on deck.
I don't need to roll for the.
Insect plague? No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she has left the radius.
Yeah, and I meant for the eggs. My assumption is the first round of, or the first.
Oh yeah, they're shroomed through. Yeah.
Great. Okay, great. I'm assuming I would hear it approaching because it's shrieking.
Yeah.
So my
And you
theory
hear
that it was
dragging
stuck in place-
its mass over the rock and stone here.
Okay, so my theory that it's stuck in place is now thwarted, and it's just stuck in this plane.
Reality, correct.
Okay, so I am going to drop Insect Plague and cast Spirit Guardians instead. At the 3rd level.
Okay. Insect plague fades. Spirit Guardian's 3rd level is a 15-foot radius. No, some things ended their turn inside of Hellerat. Oh, no. They haven't gone yet. Sorry. 15 foot. I would like 3 rolls of 3d8, please. For the 3 that are there as your emanation appears. Wisdom. They all fail. 8, 4, 8. 13, 11, 12. Nice. One of them is destroyed.
Sweet. I love Spirit Guardians. I need to use it more.
Yeah. It's great. It's a powerful spell. It's about to be less powerful in a moment. When concentrations drop.
In what is it? Tome of Annihilation, I use this spell quite a bit.
No. All right. Anything else?
Can I retroactively mention that I did transfer concentration on that to Corin? So she's out.
I'm gonna say no.
No. Okay.
Because it focused on you, and I rolled the damage based on your positioning as opposed to Corin's.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Tang, you still have movement and a bonus.
Okay, which one disappeared?
The one that was next to you.
The red pip?
Yeah.
Okay, but I am still technically in melee with the one that's to the southeast.
Correct. Yes. The ceilings are such here that you are going to be next to within 5 feet of them if you're anywhere except in that concave where the broodmother started.
Okay. Looking at the spot to the left of Siegfried, is there anywhere that I can like tuck myself into? To like try to conceal myself against the ones that are entering the space?
It's pretty tight. You could try beam measurement. Here we go. Like you could get like here. That's probably the furthest bit of the wall. There.
I'm at the space directly to the left, like against the wall. Is there anywhere
like here?
Nestle myself into? Yeah.
Yeah. Siegfried's as far north as you can get. You could get to the left of Siegfried, but that's it.
Okay, I'm gonna take the attack of opportunity from the dire rust monster and move. Can I move here?
Yeah.
Okay. So that anything that goes through that passage will get hit by the Spirit Guardians.
23 to hit you.
That hits.
15 points of damage and a con save, please.
What's your AC, Tang?
18.
So if I wield it,
Would
that would.
Yeah.
If I would it, I would have to get a 5.
5 would reduce it to 18. You would need a 6.
Shit. I'm gonna hold on to it now. Sorry, Tang.
That's okay. I get advantage because I'm
You're
have
Warcaster.
Warcaster.
Correct.
So
And you have a +1 from your T.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. So 15 succeeds. All right. That'll then bring us to Siegfried.
Okay. Bonus action. I am going to take an archer shot at the one between Aeolus and Jaya.
Okay.
Here that comes.
The one that died, the name disappeared, but the token's still there for me.
Refresh. Roll 20.
Okay.
14.
14 just hits these.
Okay. Cool.
For
And then
14
with
damage.
an action, I'm going to stay where I am, but I'm gonna try and throw an obstacle up for these centipedes, or whatever they are. And I'm gonna
Okay.
cast a wall of fire.
Okay.
And
I'd like a perception check also when you have a chance to roll it.
okay, does that have something to do with the spell, or
No, it has nothing to do with the spell.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter
Okay.
quite yet. I'd like
Okay.
the wall of fire first. Are you making a circle or are you making a wall?
I'm making a wall. I would kind of like to not hit Tang. Kind of like do it out of the room like that.
Okay. It's
Like-
directly 60 feet long, so...
Yeah, just
let
kind
me-
of. Yeah, I think it'll hit at least these two, and then hopefully the brood mother.
Let me grab
Okay.
a thing for wall of fire. Can you draw me a straight vertical line, 60
Uh,
feet, so I can...
Sure. Let me zoom out a little bit. Here we go.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yep, just keep it there for a moment.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can give me your angle that you want to put it at.
Okay. Just kind of put it right down the middle of that entryway. Like, about there.
Alright, keep it marked there for a moment. Okay. It is like that.
Yep.
When it appears, lasts for the duration. Each creature within the area must make a dex save, taking 5d8. You have 3 of them within the area. 2 rest monsters. 7 and a natural 20.
Ooh.
And the brood mother. 18.
That's pretty good.
I believe it's half damage. Yep.
Yep,
So go ahead and
so
give me
here
some.
comes the
Oh, you already rolled it. It's 32. You
Right.
rolled
Okay,
remarkably
cool.
well.
Yeah, damn.
So
And
that was that one. So that was a failure. This one is destroyed. This one takes 16.
and I'm just going
That takes
to
16.
attempt to maintain concentration on that and stay where I am.
Okay.
That is my turn.
And perception
Oh,
check,
and that
please.
perception. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, Spencer.
Yes.
Can I spend my reaction?
Let's do what?
When I see the wall of fire to go up, that goes up, I'm just gonna stop and look at that we're underground and go, hope you can hold your breath.
There's all sorts of tunnels coming in and out of here, though. So
There
I don't
are.
think it's as airtight.
I need the direction that the fire is burning. I'm assuming away from the group of you.
Yeah, away from the group of me.
Okay, noted. Spell 5 size selected by you when it casts a spell deals 5 damage. Enters the turn within 10 feet of it or inside of it. Okay. Enters the wall for the first time or ends the turn there. The other side of the wall deals no damage. Alright. That brings us to Jaya.
I assume my perception wasn't good enough.
No, it's
Okay.
plenty good enough.
Okay.
You notice at the start of your turn, and this can determine if you actually want to move. Your armor is starting to corrode on your body. Make a -1 penalty to your armor.
Okay.
Now, so if you'd like to move for whatever reason, feel free to. That then brings us to Jaya. And I'm going to remove Dunnan's aura because I forgot to do that. The whole map is
I am
orange.
going to just scooch up a bit so I'm truly flanking with Aeolus.
You got it.
And I'm gonna whack it with my mace.
Certainly. 2 attacks. 25 hits.
Oh,
10.
I'm still on fucking disadvantage. What the hell? But I have advantage right now because I'm flanking, right?
Correct, yeah. You have a second attack.
Yep.
17 also hits. Would you like to eat a spell
How's
slot?
this thing looking? Yeah, how's this thing looking?
It's looking pretty rough. Another swing might do it, if you roll well on damage. Maybe 2. But 1 swing might do it.
How many? Yeah, I'm gonna eat a spell slot.
Okay.
Again.
First level?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a +1 bonus and you make 1 attack.
Oh, Christ.
So that is a 13. So that just misses.
Ah.
That's all right.
Ooh. Okay.
And that then brings us around to layer actions. Huzzah. Okay. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. I'd like you to roll me the 5d8 for the wall of fire, please, for the 2 that just appeared. 18, thank you. Because they end their turn as they come out automatically. This one is passing through. It can't attack because it's stunned. This one is passing, or it was in. This one is passing through. It automatically takes 18. It's barely holding on. That just appeared. This one's passing through. It takes 18. It can't attack though.
They're gonna take a bunch of Spirit Guardians damage too, right?
Yep, I'm gonna deal with that in a hot second.
Every time they move, they take a shit ton of damage.
2 back, because Tang is flying. That takes 18. Alright. Push to here. Here, there we go. Takes 18. Oh, sorry, that one just appeared. That one can't do that. My apologies. This one can. And this one can.
Did he murder all the ones that were stunned?
No, stun does not prevent movement anymore.
Oh.
You can still move while stunned.
Yeah, I think it's come up once in our campaign before.
Yeah. Dunnan, and
What
you guys don't have a
is-
monk, and Dunnan only has that ability. I think Dunn is the only one of you that actually stuns anything. This one will take damage. It has to try to move through the space as these things are piling on top of it. All right. Now AoE damage. Tang, I'd like you, or Tang and Helleras. Tang, I'd like you to roll me your 3d8, and Helleras your 5d8.
How many?
Just 5d8.
This one. Okay.
Okay. So, 3 of them are within Tang's aura. And not touching Hellerast's aura. So that is 3 wisdom saves there. 1 success. So -7. -7. -7. 5 of them are superseded by Hellerast's. Let me kick this one to the back so that way we're not hiding Aeolus's thing. Okay. So I need 5 saves for Hellerast's aura. 2, 3, 4, 5. Fail, fail, fail. Success, fail. 32.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that one's at 1. This one dies on the charge. This one takes 32. This one takes 16, doesn't die. And this one dies on the charge.
Sweet.
Okay. We've done all of the AoE damages. Tang, I'm moving your token. That one's stunned behind. That's underneath you. I have 2 that can make attacks in this space. That one can continue charging in this space. With leftover movement. Aeolus. No, so Aeolus and Tang are both going to get attacks. Aeolus, bite, 17 to hit you. Tang, bite, 23 to hit you.
That hits.
Okay. 11 to Aeolus, 16 to Tang. And I'd like both of you to make dexterity saves, please. Aeolus, your shield's fine. Tang, you are fine. Okay. That's their lair action. And that brings us to Lend, who will shoot something. 30 points dispatches that. And then advantage, 29 points dispatches that. And at 1 left. Brings us to Heli with Dunnan on deck.
Okay. So that bitch is gone. I'm gonna have Corin attack the one that's right next to her.
Okay. Oh, yeah, absolutely hits.
Okay.
8 points of force. What's Corin's health, by the way?
27.
27, okay. Is Corin staying there?
Yeah, Corin's gonna stay there.
Okay. I'd like you to make a dexterity save for me, Hellerast.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Oh, pardon me. There's not a dex save. My apologies. Just roll me 5d8, Siegfried. Corin's on the getting cooked side of the wall.
Yeah, sorry.
It doesn't
Yeah,
break
sorry,
Corin. You're good.
Okay.
Oh, she's fine.
She's totally
That
fine.
was close. That was close, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your bonus action, Heli. And what else you got?
What else do I have? Dire, hitting the dire rust monster. This time, since it's arranged, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with guiding bolt.
Okay, the one closest to you.
Yeah, the one between Aeolus and the skull, whatever the skull means. I don't know who that belongs to, but
It belongs to Aeolus.
okay.
All right.
Level
Go for it.
2.
Not a level 2 there.
Nope. Well, shit.
You're more worried. For the brief moment you're worried about Corin. She's fine. It distracts you just enough that your finger was in the wrong placement. All good.
That's exactly what happened when I tried to roll.
All right. Staying put where you are.
Yeah, not moving.
Dunnan.
Yo.
It's around to
I'll
you.
move forward and say 2 Eagles when I approach him. Feels like we are the bloody exterminators, and I'll attack the one in front of me.
Yeah. 22. Easily hits. That is sufficient to dispatch that as well. These things are charred and cooked at this point.
And then I move up, and can I attack that one that's stunned with advantage?
That you may. That one looks
Oh.
pretty rough. Also, all of them look pretty rough at this point. You have a lot of AoE going.
Yeah.
26 hits for 12 points. That one is still alive, actually. All right.
And that is my
Pardon?
turn. That's my turn.
That's your turn. Okay. That'll then bring us to the Broodmother. We'll push in over. Dunnan, I'd like a dexterity saving throw, please.
Can I use my reaction for Shield Master?
Certainly.
Get no damage if it hits.
That's fine. Easily enough. You are shoved slightly off to the side as it just piles through this space. Aeolus and Hellerast, I also need a dex save.
Okay. better.
Aeolus is prone. Heli, you are shoved back, but you are not knocked prone.
Okay.
Dunnan, I'll have you roll 2d8 for me, please.
Yes. 2d8.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, it just charged over one of its spawn that gets crushed, so I need damage for the crush.
9.
Alright, as it charges in, it now gets to chew on you. It is going to make a bite attack on Helarast, on Teng, and on Aeolus. Bite attack at each of you. I need a Spirit Guardian damage from Teng and Helarast, please.
I spend a charge of lucky to give her disadvantage on me.
Okay. Drop Lucky in chat. Also.
Do I roll
28.
fire damage? Wall of fire damage as well?
No, you will not. It started in the wall, so it does not take more damage. Lucky.
Ellie,
What was D20 attack roll against you? 1 to... Okay, not a reaction. Yep. It's just free. You don't even have to spend your reaction. I didn't think it was. So 2
Ellie
wisdom.
Ellie would like to use her protective wings from Gift of the Metallic
11.
Dragon as a reaction.
Okay. Go ahead and drop that. Is that disadvantage against you also?
Let's see here.
Protective wings. When you know the creature is hit by an attack roll, manifest, potentially causing it to miss. Okay. So let's see if it hits you first. So disadvantage on Teng. That is 19 to hit you, Teng.
Yeah.
Okay. That is 41 points of piercing damage.
Sorry, what is Teng's AC? 19?
18.
18 and it rolled a 19?
It rolled a 19, yeah.
Okay, I am going to reaction wheel on Teng's
Whoa.
attack. Whoa, sorry. I
Yeah.
use what wheel?
You use wheel all the time, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So here comes a d6 for that.
Roll a 1. Oh,
Nice.
darn.
Good
Advantage
try.
bite on Aeolus. 21 to hit you, Aeolus.
Yep.
39 points of piercing damage.
Jesus.
And now a straight roll on Helarast. 23 to hit you, Helarast.
Oh yeah.
Equal to your proficiency bonus. What's your AC? 18, and your proficiency is 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So you don't need to spend the use of the protective wings because it would hit you either way. So you get to wait until you know if it can make it miss.
Okay.
And that is 42 points of piercing damage to you.
My God.
Tang took no damage, no concentration check. Helarast, you took damage. I need concentration from you, please.
Okay.
And Aeolus, you were concentrating. I need check from you.
What am I concentrating on?
You have concentration marked.
You have to concentrate on your cannon?
No.
Okay.
It just stays up.
Okay. Gotcha.
Where is
Then-
that on my sheet? For
It's
the
your
love of God.
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, con save. Okay.
Oh,
God.
Spirit Guardians drops.
Drops. Fuck. God.
Goodbye, 5th level spell. Okay. That's its turn. Aeolus. Start of your
Ellis is gonna
turn.
stand up. Oh no.
Start of your turn. You immediately notice your shield is corroding. Mark it as a -1.
Ow. Okay.
No save. You notice it's automatically happening.
Okay.
Now proceed with your turn. You gather there's a
Aeolus is
regional
going-
effect that you've just been placed into.
Yep. Aeolus is going to stand up and is going to shout that everyone needs to get away from this thing. And as a bonus action, I'm going to amplify Blood Curse of the Binding.
Ooh, nice. Strength save?
Yeah.
I like strength saves. 24.
It saves. As his backup plan, Aeolus is going to use a charge of the staff for cure wounds.
On yourself?
On him.
Yeah, go for it. And don't forget, Cure Wounds is 2d8. I don't know if you have it updated. I know Siegfried updated it. Yeah, you did. Okay. Nice healing. How many charges did you spend?
That is the last charge
Okay.
because I cast haste on.
Oh yeah, you did the haste. That's probably why I had concentration mark, because I copied the sheets from the other page. That's why. I copied the tokens from the other page. That's
Okay.
what it was. Okay. Good healing though. Right. You spent half your movement standing up. Are you staying put or moving?
I am going to try to draw its attention away from everyone else
Okay.
and just shift around it.
Okay. There. But yeah. That'll then bring us to Teng. What'll it be, Bird Lady?
Aang is going to spend a level 2 spell slot to cast Blindness Deafness to try to blind the creature.
Certainly. The big one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Your spell takes effect. There seems to be no change in its actions.
Okay.
Make me a nature check.
It's like, oh,
I know nothing
Not
about
sure.
underground bugs.
Yeah, no.
We already established I don't like bugs.
that's
Yep.
what Siegfried meant.
Yep, it's blinded, as far as you know.
Great.
Yep. Brings us to Siegfried. Oh, sorry, are you moving?
As my bonus action, I'm going to activate Magic Stone,
Okay.
and I'm gonna shift one over.
Okay, not provoking any opportunity attacks.
Correct.
Darn. Siegfried around to you.
Okay, at the start of my turn, I'm gonna switch back into Chalice
Okay.
out of Archer.
I have to roll cons. I'm rolling con saves for the stun in the meantime, but continue.
So this one's still stunned. I get advantage on an attack.
I'll
against
check
it,
the
correct?
two next to you right now.
Okay.
Both of those are no longer stunned.
Crap. This one is rough though. This one's looking rough, right?
They're both starting to look rough.
Okay. Shit. Okay.
Still stunned. That one's.
I don't want to drop the wall of fire.
There's one remaining that's stunned.
I am going to try and do some damage on this one, and I'll do primal savagery against that. I think it's 17 hits, so
17,
21
yeah,
points.
yeah, absolutely hits.
That's a damage.
Now it's looking really rough.
Wanted to move, but I don't think that's gonna happen now. These guys are pinning me. So Ellie's 35, Aeolus is 20, so I am going to target Helly first. I am going to use sorry, I used 1/4 level spell. That was Wall of Fire.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to use a 4th level healing word on Helly.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
So that is 8d4 plus your wisdom. Effectively.
Did I have that set up
1, 2,
right?
3,
Or
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you got it.
and
So there's
then
23 points for Hellerast.
and then
and
Chalice
Chalice.
healing to Aeolus.
Okay.
because he is within range of that. So 18 to Aeolus.
I'm almost full.
And that is my turn.
And that brings us to Jaya with the layer action on deck of the rust monsters.
Will definitely help. Thank you.
You said this one is starting to look a little rough.
That one's starting to, yeah. Still looks pretty good, but you have advantage for the flank, though. Jaya. One moment, please. At the start of your turn, you're within a certain radius. What do you have? You don't have shields or armor. Never mind then. Ignore me. Continue. 24 hits.
24 to hit.
Yeah. Second attack
Then
with the
I think-
mace, or are you gonna cantrip?
I think I'm gonna do an arc just to see if I can get this thing to fucking move.
Okay, go for it. The one directly in front of you,
One
right?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Yay!
Nice.
God.
23 hits. 7 points. Second arc. Boss or the next mini one?
I think I'm gonna go for boss.
Okay. Second attack. 22 hits
22.
for 10 points. And arc is a touch attack, so you do not have disadvantage on that. Or con.
Oh,
It's a
I
melee
took,
spell attack at a 30-foot range.
I took spell sniper for my feet, so
Also
I don't
works,
have-
yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying it's not a ranged attack, so even if you are in melee, you don't take the disadvantage for it. It's like Thorn Whip. It's a ranged melee attack. As antithetical as that might be. All right. So that's your attack action. Are you doing a mace bonus because you've not spent a spell slot yet, or doing anything with the bonus?
You know what? How it's
That one's looking pretty rough at this point. 1, maybe 2 attacks. One, you might need a crit to finish it off, maybe, unless you have 2 attacks on it. But
if
that would
I
be at
use
least a
it-
4th.
Yeah. Might as well. Yeah, I'm gonna take another whack with the mace.
All right, first level.
I think. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a 1 attack with a +1 bonus. Nice.
Agree.
Yeah, and you get a +1 bonus to the damage as well. So that is a 14 points. It is barely hanging on.
Oh, God damn it. So annoying.
Likely might die to Spirit Guardians.
Wait.
Yeah. All right, Shai. Are you staying put after that? You moved a little bit.
Yeah, I'll stay for just to give it something to attack other than Siegfried.
All right. That'll bring us to the monsters. All right.
Spirit Guardians.
Yep. Spirit Guardians is ends its turn in this space.
Mhm.
Ends of the first timer ends. Wall of Fire. Can you drop that back in chat for that side of damage? I want to confirm if it's start or end.
Should be there now.
Ends its turn.
Ends his turn? Okay, thank you. Ends his turn and moves through. If you could go ahead and give me the 5d8 for the ones that are going to be subjected to it.
Just roll it once.
Yeah. This one will be taking it. That one also has to dash. It's stunned anyway. I'm gonna roll a stun in the meantime. Oh, that damage.
Yep.
It is still stunned. Takes the 14. And can you give me Spirit Guardian's damage? Because it's ending within space.
Ugh.
7 more. Okay.
Garbage.
Is this where the TPK happens?
It's not. Absolutely not.
Oh, hell no. If this is a TPK, that's sad. But she's
Oh, this one has to end this turn.
scary,
there.
but
Damn.
but
That one passed through, right? Spirit Guardians, or did it go through the weird tunnel?
Huh? Which one?
The one that you just moved, not the one that just moved into tank space.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's entering Spirit Guardians. It was already in Spirit Guardians. Pardon me. It'll roll the end of its turn. I have to put it behind your token though, because it's underneath you. It's not entering the fire yet. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 get reinforced. Okay. Starting with Jaya, just beat the shit out of this. It's attacking Jaya. Bite. 18 to hit you, Jaya.
Nope.
Nope, you have fucking song and shit. That one dies. Siegfried, bite. 15 to hit you. I don't believe succeeds.
Yep, that is a miss.
Tang, bite. Siegfried an index save. 15 to hit Tang, no good. Another bite on Tang.
I am going to use a luck
13
point
hit
on the
Tang.
dex save.
Okay.
I believe that is my second luck point, so I have 2 left. Okay.
Yep.
10.
Ooh. 10. Your armor degrades. What does that you put your armor to?
It is down. I've just been adding the modifier.
The modifier of like -1.
Yeah, mine. I
Okay.
just added a
And you
-2
have
modifier.
breastplate, correct? Which is 14 plus dex or 15 plus dex?
I have.
It is 14.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Plus
I have the
+1
armor of a voice.
Okay, but it is breastplate armor, correct?
It is scale mail.
Scale mail. Okay. But it's the armor of a voice, right?
Yep, it's the armor of a voice.
Okay, you carry a shield, correct?
Yep, I do carry a shield.
Okay. Remove the penalties to your armor. I forgot you were wearing the armor of a voice, which is not metallic.
Okay.
Your shield is destroyed.
Okay.
Because you would now have 2 penalties. A shield gives you a +2. Your shield is damaged and unrecoverable at this point. So you can delete it from your sheet.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry.
My mistake. I thought you had like the regular Blackburn breastplate on.
Yeah, no worries. I don't. It didn't really make a difference mechanically. 'Cause I
No,
was
it
just
didn't
adding
mechanically
it
yet. Yeah.
previously, so-
I was asking because if your armor gets to the 10 baseline, it's
Yeah.
destroyed.
So yeah, I had the kite shield, so that is now destroyed.
Kite shield's gone. Yeah. All right. That attacked. This one can't attack. This one needs to take fire damage. This one, it's 14 fire damage. This one needs to take fire damage. Okay. This one is attacking Hellerast. Bite. 21, Helly.
Yep.
9 points, please, and a dex save.
Okay.
You're fine. Your armor is not degrading from that. That is all of them. And I need to make wisdom saves for the ones that end in Spirit Guardians. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
Can I yell something at Lend?
Sure.
I'll be like, Lend, bring down the big one. Focus.
Failures across the board for Spirit Guardians.
Yay.
7.
I didn't get my armor degraded, but I didn't get hit, so I didn't have to make a con save. Okay, cool.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. It tried to attack you. It missed, but it still
Yeah,
subjects you
still-
to the
effect.
ichor. Yeah. Because it's both of them are attacks. One of them has no damage. It's just a save. And you said told Len to take down the big one. What armor is Len wearing? Oh, he's fine. He will make 2 attacks at the big one. That's not Len's stat block. Boom, boom. Hey, a crit in there. Okay. That is 27, 39, 39, 40, 70, 9, 89, 97 points of damage.
Oh boy.
Big one is looking rough. She's not doing great. All right. That'll bring us around to Hellerast. Hellerast, start of your turn. Your armor degrades.
Okay. By how much? 1?
1, yeah. So,
Okay.
because you have splint on, correct?
I have the Morning Steel half plate.
Oh, half plate. Okay. Oh yeah, splint was your other one. So Morning Steel half plate degrades by 1. So
Okay.
just make a note of that somewhere.
I did.
Okay.
And then let's see here. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this one next to me with I'm just gonna pull up Spirit Guardians again at level 3.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna send Corin.
I'd like you to. Oh, it already rolled the damage. 13. I'll make my saves or attempt to. Wisdom. Oh no, natural 1 on the little one. And the Brood Mother. 17 just succeeds. Takes half, which is 6.
Okay. And then Corin will hit this corrupted rust monster that's kind of halfway
Absolutely.
in the wall.
Yeah. 24 absolutely hits. Another 7 points on top of that. Anything else, Helly? Believe that's everything, right?
No, that's it.
Are
Not
you
moving.
staying adjacent to this?
Yeah, I'm not gonna provoke an opportunity attack. I'll
All
just
right.
stay there.
That brings us to Dunnan with the Brood Mother on deck.
Yeah. Am I flanking with Viola, so I do have to move down a square?
I'd say move down a square, but you can do that.
Oh,
The skull
yeah.
doesn't occupy its space.
Okay, and I get
Just
an
floats.
opportunity attack from that one.
Yeah,
And-
the 2 above you.
Yeah.
Let me roll them. 14 and 21. Does 21 connect with you right now?
Yeah, 21 hits.
12 points of piercing damage.
Okay, so 2. And I will attack the Brood Mother with advantage.
Yep. Go for it. First attack.
Yeah, hope for a crit. No.
Oh, your shield also degrades, Dunnan.
Okay. So it's 20 nowadays.
23 hits. That is 13 points.
I'll dump level 2.
Bonus
Okay,
action, eat a smite. Go for it.
No. No, I'm waiting for the second attack.
Second attack, certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a pretty good chance to hit. It's the gamble, but I like it. Go for it. A 28 still hits.
And I will use one of my Channel Divinity, make it vulnerable against attack, and dump a level 3 smite into it.
Ooh, nice. Okay. So that is an additional 18 points base. For the
48 is level 3, right?
Yeah, 4d8. So 18,
that's-
36 points on top of the...
It doubled.
Yeah, on top of the 28 from the base attack, because it's all part of the same attack. 14, 36, 20, 56, 54. How do you want to do this?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. Well, he's just seeing that we get swarmed by that creatures, and just inhales for a moment, then puts all his strength into the hammer, which glows in a like blue thundery light, and he jumps up and cracks it on its head.
I like it. So as you bring the hammer down and just sort of crush through this thing, the ichor and bile of unlaid eggs that are just soft, splatter against the walls, spill out upon the floor, coating it in almost a good solid inch of just different viscous fluids you'd rather not know the true natures of. All right. That is your full turn. That's action and bonus. Anything else? Movement?
No, I'm just staying put.
Okay. Broodmother has no attacks. She is destroyed. The carcass lays there. Brings us to Aeolus.
Aeolus is gonna hit the one in front of him with Ergosive.
Aeolus, your shield has a -1 penalty right now, right?
Yep.
Your shield is destroyed.
Yep. I'll just throw it aside and just smack the creature in front of me.
Absolutely, yeah. That is 15 points. Very solid. Still standing, but not.
Is
not
that one
showing.
still stunned?
It is. You have advantage.
Okay.
If you want to check for the crit on both of these, you're already hitting it but go ahead and roll me another 2d20. No crit. And one more.
And one more.
Yeah, because I'm using the damage from the first one, the second one. So no crits overall. But 23 more damage is enough to dispatch that one.
Alrighty, and then I will move up, and as a bonus action, I'm going to put some temporary hit points on my allies. So, Condon, if he doesn't have more than 11, and Tang should be at the top of the radius.
No, Dunnan had none because he got some at the start of his turn, but then took the opportunity attack. So I'm sure he's happy to have 11.
Oh yeah.
And 10 gets 11. All right.
And that's my turn.
Okay. That'll bring us around to Tang. Tang, you do not carry a shield, correct?
I think she does.
I think I do.
Okay.
I have a shield. Yep.
Okay. At this point, your shield is destroyed.
Okay.
Because
Wait,
this
so
is
we are
the second round that you
over.
spent inside the aura.
over our time. Do we stop here or do we continue? Just
Oh yeah, Tang's top of the order. So yeah, do you want to take a break here and we'll pick up here next session?
Mhm.
I didn't even see the time. Thank you.
No, I
Yeah,
mean this
no
session went by
worries.
really quickly. So
No.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
I will not be here next week since I'm on a business trip in
Okay.
Amsterdam. So
oh nice.
I hope you get a chance to have a break.
Is the
yeah.
champion shield, does it have an enhancement bonus done?
yeah, +2. So
Okay, so it
Oh.
can survive the next round of being degraded.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gives 2 and another +2.
+2. Yeah, so it needs to take the penalty 4 times before it's destroyed.
Yeah, and I marked it down with 1.
Yeah, it's got 1 so far.
In
Yeah.
the float.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nasty effects. Rust monsters. Good session, everybody.
Love it.